What's up everyone? Welcome to my channel. My name is Elena and we're gonna be watching Bad Batch today. It's it was May the 4th yesterday and that's when the Bad Batch dropped. Unfortunately in my country it only dropped a day later, so that's why I'm doing it now. Anyway, I guess a bit of background information. I did watch all of the Clone Wars fairly recently, and I have watched all of Rebels, Resistance, the movies, you name it. So I hope I can keep up a bit knowing that. So yeah, I watched the Bad Batch trailers as well, and there was some very exciting stuff. Like we saw some footage of that little girl. I don't know much about her, but we saw Rex, which I'm super hyped about. And yeah, like the question of what is the Bad Batch gonna do now that the Republic is gone and the Empire is rolling in? What side are they gonna be on? So that's gonna be very interesting. The last season of Clone Wars saw the introduction of the Bad Batch, followed shortly by, um, Echo coming back, feeling he's not really normal anymore, and then thus joining up with the Bad Batch. So he's part of them now as well. Um, I will be taking notes, so hopefully that'll keep me from forgetting stuff. So yeah, having said that, let's get into it. Now, before we start, I would like to ask you guys to please like this video, subscribe, and if you haven't already, leave a comment. I would love to hear what you think of these reactions, and well, if you have any tips, let me know. So we're gonna start the video now. This effect is so cool. Burn away into the Bad Batch. Yeah, it's so cool. Also hurts a little bit. Okay, this looks like it's still before Order 66.
My Padawan will be here.
Master!
Oh shit!
Here. I'm here.
We're done.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But you gotta see these clones. They're different.
This is so cool already, man. Can I just say the animation looks, I think, even better than it did in Season 7? Sweet. That's rough.
He's right, Captain. This is our
Wait, this
chance.
is after
Launch the counterattack.
the bit in Season 7, because Echo is with them.
Yes, General. All right, man, let's go.
Which makes sense that this is right before the 66.
Jedi General Obi-Wan Kenobi has found and engaged General Grievous on Utapau.
If he captures or kills Grievous, the Separatist command structure will collapse.
And most likely the droid armies along with them.
So this is at the same time that Ahsoka is with the Mandalorians. Fighting Maul.
That's the only way I know.
Oh, that voice just sounds too old for that boy, because, I obviously connected to the, Caleb from Rebels. Or Kanan, I guess.
Execute Order 66.
Here we go. No. I mean, we always knew how this was gonna end, but...
He's close.
When do you leave footprints in the snow?
There.
Not using trees, I guess.
We're here to help.
No! Liar!
Wrong.
Damn it, Crosshair. Well, you can't help it, I guess, but... Oh shit, that looks so good! In the, the mist kind of thing. Can't take any chances. I get it. Force jump!
Stay back! No!
Push jump! Ooh, that was nice.
We're coming up on Camino.
It's good to be
Oh,
How long's it been?
I'm really curious about Camino.
Is there a problem? No problem. We'll just head to our barracks then.
Yeah, you don't want to arouse suspicion.
Mandatory General Assembly at 50.
You want to just blend in with the rest of the troopers, huh?
My guess is we are immune to the effects of the programming.
Except,
I can't be 100% certain of it. What about Echo? He was a reg before he joined us. Yeah. If all regs were programmed, why didn't I react like the others?
probably
The damage you sustained on Skako Minor most
Yeah.
likely wiped out all of your preset behavioral
The-
modifications.
the Techno Union
You are more machine than man.
imprisonment, I guess.
Percentage-wise, at least. Lucky me.
And the Jedi Rebellion has been foiled. And an enemy Jedi will be hunted down and defeated.
This is footage from episode 3, I think.
Has left me scarred and deformed.
You can say that again.
But never it is strong enough. In order to ensure the security and continuity
What is it?
There's that girl from the trailer.
the Republic will be reorganized into the first
Nothing.
Galactic.
Galactic Empire.
This is scary. Can you imagine if you were one of those guys?
The systematic termination of the Jedi.
Don't say this too loudly, man. You're in the middle of the hallway.
Lads, we've got company.
Hello.
Nice. The moth.
Admiral Tarkin, this news is most surprising.
Not a moth yet, I guess.
Palpatine has always
Makes sense.
supported our cloning advancements in the past.
So the clones were ditched just because they were expensive? Well, I guess makes sense. But what do you do with the clones that are already here?
Check it out. The defect squad's got themselves a new recruit.
What the? Who threw that?
Food fight!
Now apologize to my friends.
I like this kid.
Don't create too much of a rift between...
Oops. That's it.
Food fight?
Ah, not again.
Echo, it's okay. It's me, Omega.
I swear, if something happens to Echo, I'm gonna lose my mind. He's the last of the dominoes.
We've done these 1,000 times, boys. You know what to do.
I'm glad to see Crosshair's not like a mindless zombie killer now. Now that he's got the other 66 thing. These look a lot like the ones from the Mando.
They're using live rounds. Get Wrecker. We'll cover you.
You have a mission for us, sir?
Indeed. We have tracked a group of insurgents to the Onderon sector. They must be dealt with.
I wonder if they really are separatists over there in the Onderon sector. Maybe that's just to keep them in line or something. To make sure they execute the mission. This facility is gonna look a lot different when they get back.
The Separatist encampment's 2 clicks south. We'll continue on foot and do a full perimeter scan. Covertly.
Oh, come on. It's been days since I've blown something up.
Wrecker is not known for his stealth ability.
What are you waiting for? Give the order. Negative. Stand down. What?
Come on, Crosshair.
We're not blasting any droids.
Why would Tarkin send us to attack our own forces?
One might even
Because
say
we refuse to
rebels.
fight for an empire.
You're Saw Gerrera.
Yes, he is.
Why don't you take a look at the insurgents you were sent to destroy? Makes you wonder what else they're lying about.
We should leave if we're gonna make the rendezvous.
Just going from one war into the next. Must be exhausting. I remember him becoming quite a bit unhinged later on in his life. Oh, what?
You came back for me?
That's right. Or you can stay on Camino if...
No, it's like I said before. I want to go with you.
How touching.
How are they gonna deal with Crosshair?
What was that? Sorry, these floors don't hold me so well. On account of them not being designed for abnormal individuals such as myself.
Big words.
What's behind you? Tell us where she is. Hit the switch!
Nice.
Hey, Red!
Sweet.
Is that Crosshair?
It's one of them now. How are you gonna get away? He's gonna shoot you before you get inside the ship.
Seal the bay doors! Sir, someone's overriding the controls!
They're being held by Kaminoans.
Go!
Good shot. Alright, so I guess Crosshair's out.
Hold still. Don't examine me. I'm not a computer. This will take just a second. Get that thing away from me! Ah!
Has she ever been off planet?
Where'd you learn to do that?
I don't know. I never fired a blaster before. I guess I got lucky.
It's in your genes.
Plot a course for J-19. J-19? We know a guy.
Rex. This will be amazing for her. Okay, so we just finished watching the episode, and man, that was a big one. Very good first episode of the season, series even. So yeah, we started out with 5 Bad Batch members, and we ended with 5 Bad Batch members, but Crosshair is not one of them anymore, and we added Omega to the team. So yeah, obviously in the beginning we saw Caleb with his master, Master Bilaba, something. And yeah, we saw Order 66 being issued and the master falling, unfortunately. So for the Bat Wedge, we saw that the Order 66 didn't work, but except for Crosshair, because he's now totally on the Empire side. Um, yeah, and I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do with this. Like, is Crosshair gonna be like the kind of main antagonist of the season? Is he gonna like follow them around and try to kill them or whatever? Or is there someone behind the scenes, like whoever Crosshair answers to? Is Tarkin even gonna be the antagonist of the season? I'm really curious to find out what happens there. Also, we saw a little bit of, chaos at the clone facility on Camino and, all the other clones. And I really want to see, because I've always wondered this, what happened to all the clones, when the Empire was established. Like, I think they talked about it here as well. Like, most clone troopers are just regular people, they were conscripted because that's cheaper, and they really didn't have a use for clones anymore. So, were they just killed, or I assume they weren't allowed to live out their lives, I guess. So I'm really curious to see if they're gonna address that. So, yeah, obviously we had the new girl, Omega, who we found out is actually also a clone. Yeah, I was wondering before who her parents might be, but I guess that's off the table now. But now I'm wondering, who is she a clone of? Is she of the same genetic pool as the rest of the clones? Like, is she somehow related to Jango Fett? 'Cause like the accent may be similar, I don't know. And she does look to be like she well, we did see her fire a blaster at the end of the episode, and she managed to hit Crosshair's gun. So I assume she has some sort of genetic advantage for combat, maybe. So that might be an implication that she is somehow related to the clones, because she didn't have any training. Yeah, and then there's also Tarkin, who obviously right from the get-go didn't trust clones. He especially didn't trust Clone Force 99. Yeah, and he and Echo had kind of an history already, with that Citadel mission back in the Clone Wars. He saw or was aware of Echo being blown up, so obviously his faith in Echo's abilities was already a bit tarnished. So yeah, and the Bad Batch was sent out on their first mission for the Empire to locate separatist insurgents in the Onderon sector. Obviously, it wasn't separatist insurgents. Instead, they were Republic rebels, if you will, led by Saw Gerrera. And the Bad Batch obviously let them go, which Crosshair didn't agree to. I also very interesting, you know, seeing Saw Gerrera take up a bit more of a Republic leader, I mean a rebel leader kind of role, leading his own group of people. Still relatively sane, though we know what his future is gonna look like and how his mental stability is gonna decline in the coming years. Yeah, and after getting back to the clone facility, we obviously saw that there was an ambush late set for the Bad Batch. They committed treason, I guess, against the Empire, and that's why they had to be arrested and maybe killed or something. So now they escaped the facility with Omega without Crosshair, and they're headed to a guy, who I think obviously is Rex, because we saw, I think, a bit of Rex in the trailer. So I'm really excited to see him again, to see what he's up to. I hope Rex sticks around a bit too, because you know, as we know, he ends up on that planet with Wolf and Gregor. So I wonder if, you know, if we can take Rex on a journey and meet up with those two, and later on leave them on that planet. You know, kind of like an arc for Rex. What I also found very interesting is that that female Kaminoan, I forget her name, helped them escape. She kept the hangar for doors from closing, so that was pretty interesting. You know, she did it behind the back of the Prime Minister, who is taking a bit of a a neutral role in it. Just see where the dice lands, I guess. Yeah, and last but not least, I noticed how Crosshair's new gear is completely black, and obviously from the Mandalorian, among other things, of course, we know that black troopers are called death troopers. We've seen them with Gideon in the Mandalorian. We've also seen them a bit in I believe Rogue One. So I was wondering, is he like maybe the first of the death troopers? And yeah, I'm really curious to see if they're gonna build like a squad of elite troopers around Crosshair, and maybe that's like the first of the death troopers. So lots of stuff going on, and yeah, the next episode will drop, I think, on Friday, and every Friday after that until the end of the season, probably. So it's coming up pretty soon, I guess. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one as well. So anyway, that'll do it for this episode, guys. So, as I said at the start of the video, I want to ask you guys to please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and, leave a comment. I would love to know what you think of these reactions. Obviously, they're a bit bare bones still, and I am working on a lot of this stuff. So, if you have tips for me, please let them know. I know my equipment isn't the best it could be, and I'll be working on that as well. But if you have tips for anything, really, just let me know. And, be kind in the comments, okay? I don't want any hateful things, uh, you know, stuff like that, because I will delete those comments. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Take care!